Now, I met a little friend in a bar the other night, and he got a little drunk and he wanted to fight, and he jumped up and challenged every man in the room. And just about the time he got the words out, an old boy jumped up and closed his mouth and used his head for a mop and his butt for a broom. It was an attitude adjustment. I guess it was his first time. An attitude adjustment. Now he understands just fine. He got bent out of shape and he opened his mouth and just one appointment straightened him right out. It was an attitude adjustment. It'll work every time. Now I've got this big old brother-in-law and me and him never did get along because he wants to be sure I'm treating his sister right. He got drunk one night and started beating me up, and I went out and got a tire tool out of my truck and laid him out as cold as a block of ice. It was an attitude adjustment, and it'll work every time. An attitude adjustment, I made him see the light. Now he says I'm his kind of man, and he comes around with his hat in his hand. It was an attitude adjustment, I cured his family pride. Now my girlfriend slapped me in the face and I said, "Darling, that was your first mistake." And then she went wild and her eyes turned red. She started breaking everything and screaming loud and kicking me and cussing me out. And I gave her a little adjustment on top of her head. It was an attitude adjustment and she loves me all the time. Just an attitude adjustment, she's got a whole new frame of mind. She don't nag, I don't beg, we get along just like I said. Attitude adjustment, and it'll work every time. Well, she called the cops to take me in. I said, "You're never going to do it, friends." And then I just smiled and said, "Oh, yes, we will." Now, a stick to the head, some kicks to the shins, and several bites from Rin Tin Tin, and I couldn't wait to get into that jail. It was an attitude adjustment, and I went along peacefully. Attitude adjustment, they made me clearly see. 'Cause my head is black and my legs are blue and both kneecaps are bit clean through. It was an attitude adjustment, it made my whole lot look brand new. Attitude adjustment, it makes my whole lot look brand new. Yes, I understand just fine, perfectly.